What's up, football fans, and almost Happy New Year. It's time for NFL picks and predictions. Week 17, what used to be the last week of the NFL, but we have one more week ahead of us. But let's just jump right into these predictions. Of course, Thursday night, to no one's great surprise, how about them Cowboys? Of course, we went with the Cowboys. And even though they won, and they won by a few possessions, you can clearly tell, clinching the playoff spot, they're not going all out. This should have been a blowout game. This should have been a high 30s, even 40-point score on the Cowboys side. And you could tell that they're still playing. They don't want to lose, but they're not exactly eager to win anymore. They're already looking above the horizon towards the playoff picture. That's what they're looking at. They're not really caring about these last two games. So even though we won, which was nice, you could tell that the fire wasn't lit under their feet for sure. But we still won that one, and of course we won with the Cowboys. Now jumping into Sunday game predictions. We're trying to win a week once again. So when I say I'm picking the Arizona Cardinals to beat the Atlanta Falcons, you know I'm just going a little bit of a Hail Mary attempt on a couple of these picks just to try to get that one up on everybody else and hopefully win back my $50. We also picked the Detroit Lions above Chicago, but a lot of people are doing that. Kansas City beating Denver, that's an obvious pick as well. When we get into the next game, though, the Miami Dolphins up against New England. Though it's in New England, I am going with the Dolphins, but you could easily see division rivalries, always strange, and that division has been really weird ever since Tom Brady left the Patriots. It's really, clearly Buffalo is the top in that division, but the other teams are sort of always hovering around, okay, they're actually pretty good. No, they're sort of slacking. It's very odd, the other three teams in that division. So I am going with the Dolphins for this one, but I can see a couple of people picking New England, so I'm going against the grain with that one. Then we have the Giants up against the Colts. Of course, the Colts burned me last week, so I'm definitely going with the Giants. I probably would have went with them anyways, but it seems once again I can't seem to pick the Chargers games worth shit. Like I've been picking almost a perfect record with the Washington Commanders picks, I can't seem to pick the Chargers games, regardless whether I'm for them or when I'm against them. It doesn't seem to matter. Jumping over to, of course, Philly against New Orleans. Now I am going with Philly. I am going to go with the Eagles, but it would be amazing. It would be great if New Orleans won. If New Orleans wins, there's still an opportunity here for, once again, if I want everyone. I want Carolina and New Orleans. I don't think the Falcons can catch them, but New Orleans and Carolina could still catch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and kick them out of the playoff picture. I want to see it. So if New Orleans can defeat the Eagles, not only is that good for the potential of Dallas, that once again doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things to win our division, we're still in the playoffs, but we would also have a shot at taking over from Philly, I believe. I still think that's in the cards if this happens, and the Saints, of course, taking a W is always a good thing. So yeah, I am going with the Eagles there. It is in Philadelphia, and I really don't think the Saints are strong enough to defeat them. But you never know. It's any given Sunday. Jumping over to the game that truly I think matters. This is the big one. Tampa Bay Buccaneers up against the Panthers. In Tampa Bay, I'm going with the Panthers. I really want to see Tom Brady out of the playoff picture. So we're going to go with the Panthers. And a lot of people are still going to go with Tampa Bay. Looking at the stats right now, it's about 3/4 of the people are going with Tampa Bay. But that is a majority. But that's a little stranger than I assumed that it would be about, a 10-1, sort of idea. But this seems to be, there's a few people that also believe the same thing that I believe, is that the Panthers are going to show up. Tom Brady is not going to be the golden star he always was and be able to pull stuff out of his ass. He's actually going to probably shit the bed in these last couple of games. So we're going to go with the Panthers to beat the Buccaneers. Then we have the Washington Commanders up against the Cleveland Browns, and though I like Cleveland, it's in Washington. Washington's stronger team. We're going to go with the Commanders for that one. Let's see if we can keep that almost perfect record picking the Commanders. Jacksonville up against Houston. Houston did impress me the last couple of strives there, but I am going to go with the Jaguars. The Jaguars just seem to want to go out there, play some football, and have a lot of fun, while Houston wants, they're looking at the rebuild. They're looking at next year. So I think Jaguars have this one. San Francisco, even if it's in Vegas, Raider Nation, no. Nobody likes the Raiders. Nobody gives a shit about Derek Carr and the damn Raiders. So San Francisco 49ers for the W there. Seattle and the Jets. It's in Seattle. I'm giving this game by 3 points, but I am picking the Seahawks over the Jets. Now, that's a bit of a toss-up game. I don't exactly know what the stats are. I think more people are picking Seattle, but the Jets could be a contender. I still think that this is going to be a one-possession win, whichever way it's going to go, but I am going with the Seahawks. Green Bay and Minnesota. The Vikings have this once again, and you could see it in the same way on last night with the Dallas Cowboys up against the Tennessee Titans. The Cowboys don't really care. They're in the playoffs, and Minnesota could treat this the exact same way. Green Bay doesn't really have a shot. But nonetheless, I still think that the Vikings don't want to lose. No team, you're not going to convince the athletes on these teams to don't worry about these next few games. You know, you go out there and play, but don't worry about winning. No. That's not the way these guys are built. These guys still want to win. Nobody wants to go out on that field to lose. So even if the game is irrelevant, as they like to say. But I still got the Vikings. I got the Vikings. I don't care that it's in Lambeau. I don't care that it's Green Bay. I don't care that it's Aaron Rodgers. I don't care. It's Minnesota Vikings. We got this. And then the Chargers up against the Rams. Once again, I can't pick a Chargers game worth shit, but I'm going with the Rams. The Rams, I think they got the Chargers number on this one. I really do. Though probably a lot of people are picking. I doubt anybody's actually picking the Rams. But as I said before, in the same way that I'm picking the Cardinals, in the same way I'm picking Carolina, in the same way I'm picking Miami, I think we need to pick more than a few. We need to pick some upsets. It's the only way we're going to win. I don't think this week is going to go the way everyone thinks. It's the last couple of weeks. The last week or 2 weeks of the NFL are always strange because people already have their playoff spots. People are already in there. So some teams just don't show up. Some teams don't get that fire lit under their ass like I've been talking about. So any given Sunday is a big thing, but also the last couple weeks are just as strange, or if not stranger, than the first couple weeks of a new season. So I am going to go with the Rams here, hoping that we can get a W over everybody else, and once again, trying to win the week here. Baltimore in Baltimore up against Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with Baltimore. Once again, still not impressing me. Baltimore does not impress me as a team. They are always so close to losing every damn game. They don't put up high score games or high score points or anything like that, but I think they've got the Steelers number in Baltimore at the very least. And finally, for the Monday night game, I'm going with the Bengals in Cincinnati to defeat the Buffalo Bills. I don't think that's a bad pick. I think that's going to be a 50-50 shot. I think half the pool is going to pick, Cincy. The other half is going to pick Buffalo. That's a really tough game right there. You got two of the best AFC teams going at it. Cincinnati is no slouch. Buffalo's no slouch. They're both top-tier teams right this year, here at the end of the year, and I really think there's a shot for this game to go either way. So I am going to pick, because we're in Cincinnati, I'm giving the extra 3 points to Cincinnati and the Bengals, and I'm going to go with them. But those are the NFL predictions for Week 17, no longer the last week of the NFL. What do you guys think? What are you going to pick this week? So let me know down, of course, in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is the last NFL video of the year. It's actually going to probably be my second last video of 2022. Hope you guys enjoyed all the content thus far. And so we'll be back here for Week 18, of course. But Happy New Year. Hope you all had a great Christmas. Happy New Year. Hope you have a great party. Hope you're doing whatever with family, friends. Don't drink too much. Don't eat too much, all that stuff. Or if you do, at least enjoy yourself while you do it. So anyways, that's it from me for Week 17 of the NFL picks and predictions. We'll see you guys back here next year for Week 18 and the last week. We will not be picking. We might still be making videos for the playoff and make my own assumptions, but once again, I won't be entering a playoff pool of any description. So there'll be no money on the line. It'll just be for my own enjoyment of the game. So anyways, hope you guys had a great year. Looking forward to 2023 like I am. Starting off the year pretty strong. Dallas Cowboys are in it. Let's go. Have a good one, everyone. See you next time.